The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, everybody. Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. I'm back. I know I've been gone. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. Look, let me tell y'all, there's been so much going on. There's been so much going on. There's been so much going on. And so this time that I'm with you this evening is going to be a little packed. So let me go on and back up and let me start it off right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Monday. And if you don't know anything on this Monday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, everybody. Hey, Kwame. Thank you for welcoming me back. I really appreciate it. I think that that sometimes being away, right, I think actually makes a huge difference. I think sometimes people don't really understand what that is. But yeah, I think that's a good thing. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I am Titan Capri, and I'm here with the Titan Capri Experience. And tonight we're going to talk about there is life in death. There is life in death. And I know it's going to be a packed conversation, a discussion, but I want to talk about life and death. There's life in death. And the reason being is that my grandmother just passed away, and we just had a funeral on Saturday. And so with that being said, some things came to light, things happened. And I just wanted to just talk with you all, right? We're going to talk about a couple of things and we're going to get into it. But hey, Barbara, God bless you. Have a Monday. Hey, Danita. Hey, brother. Now, let me go on and say this right now, Danita. I'm going to need me a little old pack. Now, I don't want no crawfish and stuff, but I'm gonna need me a pack, some corn, potatoes, all that other stuff, Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, I have been on hiatus for about a month and a half now. I'm just going to be real about what happened, and then we're going to get into the topic. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. My mom says she's going to need a pack, right, Danita? Not spicy, but Pratt. Okay. Okay. Look, I don't want the crawfish anyways. But you got me on everything else. That'll work. Mama going to be happy, but it can't be spicy for her. But spicy for me, but not spicy for her, though. But all right, Danita. Thank you so much. So, yeah, everybody, I'm back. So what we're going to do is that I just want to take a moment and say thank you for all that you all have done. Now, I promised that this wasn't going to be a sentimental episode, but these last couple of weeks have taught me so much. Okay. And so I just want to say thank you before we go ahead and get into everything. Tell me what y'all drinking. What y'all got? She said crawfish season is over, but she got me on everything else. Yes, yes. I don't want the crawfish. Y'all hate me later. But yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got a little brown tonight. Got a little stuff. And so this is just for me to sip on as I go through my moments. And I had told my production before we got on, I said, I'm going to try not to let nothing go. Right? I'm going to try not to let nothing go. But if it happens. And then, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see down at the bottom of your screen, if you would like to bless me in any type of way or anything like that, Cash App is there and all of that. If you'd like to support, do all of that, that would be great. That would be great. Ooh, y'all, I feel like a brand new baby, like coming back to do something, you know. So please go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, what you do, right? And then we're going to get on into it. We're going to move on into it with Did You Know? We're going to move on into it with Did You Know? It's 113 in Katie. Yes. Okay. So we're going to move on into Did You Know? Did you know? Did you know that you can prepare for death before you die, but you never really truly prepare? So this is what I want to say to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, you prepare, you buy the plots, you do everything. Wait a minute, hold on. What is that word? Yes. I love pomegranate. Are you getting over pneumonia? Well, we're going to send some healing and love vibes over to you, Barbara, just to make sure. Yeah, that pneumonia ain't no joke. You feel me? Yes, do drink the pomegranate juice, drink a lot of fluids, drink you some vitamin C, do all of that good stuff and go on and knock that thing out. Now, let me tell you, what you can do is do that hot toddy, right? Put you just a little tip of vapor rub in that hot toddy, mix it up, swallow it down, throw them covers up to your neck, and then be a hot pocket. And tomorrow you'll be better. Tomorrow you'll be better. Look, everyone, did you know? Did you know that you can prepare for death? We always prepare with plots and insurance and grave sites and headstones and all of these things. But in reality, can you truly prepare for death? Can you truly prepare? Ladies and gentlemen, I thought I was prepared. I had everything on lock with my grandmother. That's what I thought, right? I had everything there, but I wasn't prepared for the death. I wasn't prepared for the death. Material-wise, I was prepared. You know, casket and, you know, and this and that. We're going to have this and we're going to, you know, colors and all of these things, but I wasn't prepared for the death. So did you know that you can prepare all you want? But the realistic part of it is that this person died. This person has died. And it was a thing to where I had to come to the realization that no matter how much CPR I did on my grandmother, no matter how much I tried to bring her back, she was already gone. And it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow when you think you know. It's a hard pill to swallow when you are somewhat selfish in yourself because you don't want them to go. So you're going to do everything in your power to bring them back to life. Y'all feel me? But how selfish was I in that moment? You know, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not bashing myself. I'm not bringing myself down. I'm just being in a moment of clarity. This is what it is. The 911 operator kept saying, "No, don't stop, sir. Don't stop. Don't stop." And I was like, she's gone. She's dead. And then later on, I thought about it. Did I really want to bring her back? She was in pain. She was hurting. I just wasn't prepared for it in that manner, right? It's one thing to see your grandmother and talk to your grandmother 3 hours before or 4 hours before, then you go back and check on her and then she's dead. You know what I'm saying? So the wheels of your mind get to turning and you get to thinking like, what am I doing? I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. But you knew at that moment she was gone. So in this part here, what did you know? Prepare for. Make sure you have everything. Make sure you have insurance. Make sure that you have plots already picked out. Make sure that you have wheels already done and all of these things. Make sure you have money set aside for a funeral. You prepare. But you can never truly prepare for the actual death, because that in itself, you can't control how that goes. You understand what I'm saying? You can't control that. I told a lot of people over the last couple of days that I was prepared for her passing, to do arrangements and things, right? But I wasn't prepared for her passing. Me and Grandma had already talked about everything. We had already talked about plots and insurance and how things should go and money and all of these things. But I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to you tonight that they used to say this in church all the time: get your affairs in order, right? And I know people say this all the time. Every time somebody passes and something happens, people say this all the time. What I want you to do is just take a moment, right, and think about where your affairs are. It'll go so much smoother, so much easier, and then you'll be able to go ahead and move, and you can grieve and do what you need to do, right? So I just wanted to say that, did you know? You can prepare for death, but you really can't prepare for the actual act of someone dying in your arms, next to you, around you, or someone dying. You get a phone call in the middle of the night or anything like that. You cannot prepare for that, right? You can't prepare for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got you on that one. Did you know? So let's go ahead on and get into this thought that there's life in death. Let's go on and get into this thought. Yeah, today's thought is that there is life in death. And you're probably saying, Titan, and Titan is saying, Titan, what you mean? This is what I mean. There is life in death. What I thought about at my grandmother's funeral was that they had memories of her that will live on. She brought people together that hadn't seen each other in years and years and years, or like she would say, a month of Sunday, right? There's life in death. There's life in the memories and the things that you have and the things that you share with the person that has passed on. There's life in death. And we don't want to think about it like that. Like they said at her funeral, this is a celebration. We're celebrating her. She has lived her life here on earth. Now it's time for her to reap what she's sown, reap the benefits. And that's her being with her God. You with me? There's life in death. The life is that people that hadn't talked in years were talking to each other in life. People that had never seen each other in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years were side by side, were hugging and asking questions and wanting to know how you were doing. There's life in death. People that had never said anything about her before brought those memories to the microphone and spoke so eloquently about who my grandmother was and what she did. People in the neighborhood saying that their lives were changed because of her. There's life in death. When I spoke about my grandmother, I told them that she taught me things that I didn't think even made sense. But now that I'm older and I'm here, it makes sense. She showed me grace and showed me how to give grace and how to be graceful in the way that I handle people. She always handled people like that. She wouldn't say too much, but she was always there. All of my friends that contacted me and spoke with me about her, they were always saying she was so inviting. She was so loving. She would feed you to death. And she used to cook her butt off. Partly where I got some of my little skills from. And if any of you have had my cakes, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's my grandmother's recipe. I took that recipe and I tweaked it, and I said to myself saying, what you gonna do for the funeral? And I said, I'm gonna bake 2 cakes. Because she would have wanted her pound cake. She would have wanted her 7-Up cake. She would have wanted that. And she would have wanted made lemon. She loved lemon. She would have wanted made like that. But the thing that I'm saying here is that there's life and death. Death always brings people together. You know, you have the birth, brings people together because there's a new life. Then when the life passes on and death happens, it brings people together as well. I looked over the church, and there were people I hadn't seen in years. There were people that I hadn't talked to in years. There were people that I had never had the chance to embrace in over 5 years. And I was able to do that. That's life and death. The conversations that we had afterwards, the promises that we made to keep these things going, you know? Yes, indeed, Barbara. Yes, indeed. She said, yes, indeed. Never had a cake so good. Lemon is my favorite. Thank you so much, Barbara. You know, I'll be trying to put my foot in that, my big toe. Yes, yes. But that was grandma's. That was grandma's. People were talking about her and what she would do and how she would cook and things like that. And you never, ever really understand. You know what I mean? What life brings you in death. Okay? Y'all with me? Because I'm telling you now, I was like, wait, what? Wait, y'all knew her when? Wait, she did what? I thought I knew pretty much everything about my grandmother. Because as she was ailing, she was talking a lot. And I loved that. And we got to learn a lot about each other. But think about where you're at right now. Is your life? Are you living? Because when you're living your life, right? When you die, when death comes knocking at your door and you go on to where you're going, people are going to still live on with those memories of you. There's life and death. And I wanted to thank everybody. And I did at the funeral. I said, thank you for loving her the way that she needed to be loved. Thank you for allowing her to be a part of your life because she would have had it no other way. There's life and death. There's life and death. She may be gone. She may be dead. She may have died. But you cannot tell me that she's not living on. You can't tell me the way people spoke about her. You can't tell me she's not living on. And if there's anything that I can say today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 5 years from now, or when I have my turn to be laid to rest, I want people to say that I'm living on in their memories. I remember when Titan did this. I remember when Titan did that. I remember when Titan just sat there and didn't do nothing. My cousin was telling me that she remembers that I was just eating Oreos just to be eating them. And I said, girl, you ain't got to tell everybody everything. You know what I mean? Like, give me some. My brother was telling stories about me fighting in my childhood and stuff like that. I said, if I ever run for Congress, I'm not going to be able to get anything. I won't get elected because you're sitting up here telling all my business. Telling people I got expelled from school. Like, he was just going on. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's life and death. You live your life, even in death, you still living. Because you're living in the memories of those people that loved you most. You're still living in those memories. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Whew, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a little something. And I did this at the funeral. My grandmother used to love this song. And this is going to segue into the next segment. But I want to say this, right? What I said at the funeral was, Monday, he gives me peace of mind. Tuesday, he gives me joy divine. Wednesday, hears every word I say. Thursday, he'll always make a way. and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Y'all know what? I get a blessing every day. Every day. Ooh. When I tell y'all, my grandmother used to love me to sing that. Now, I'm not a singer, but I like to sing. So whenever I was fixing her breakfast, dinner, lunch, whenever I was just doing anything with her, I would start singing because I grew up in the same church that she went to. And so I would just start singing. And that was one of the songs that was like really a little jazzy. I could play with it and things like that. And so we would always sing and she would just clap and rock. And, that's what she would do. But think about what I just said. I get a blessing every day. Every day that I was with my grandmother and I was able to see her and, in her glory and talk to her freely and be able to go with her to doctor's appointments and do things like that, I got a blessing. There was always something that happened that I was like, oh, wait a minute, right? There was always a memory made. There was always a memory made. I remember my grandmother said to me one time, I had got my car. And I just got my new car. And it was a Dodge Charger. I just got the car. And so I wanted because my grandmother helped me get the car. So I wanted her to be a part of this experience and to understand what it was, right? So I said, come on, Grandma, let's go. I said, we're going to go to the doctor, but after the doctor, we're going to stop by Burger King because she loved hamburgers. We're going to stop by Burger King and we're going to get, some hamburgers. And she was down for that. She didn't really want to go to the doctor, but she wanted to go get some hamburgers. So she knew if she went to the doctor, she can get her some hamburgers later, right? So we get in the car. I get her in the car. I start the car and I push. It's a push start. And she said, wait, how did you start the car and you didn't put the key in? And I said, oh, well, Grandma, it's a push start. I ain't never heard tell her that you can just push something and the car will start. I said, yeah, Grandma, I'm going to turn the car off like that. Oh, no, don't do it. I said, no, I'm going to turn it off and then I'm going to turn it back on. I said, do you want to push it? And she was like, well, I mean, I can push it and it'll start. And I was like, yeah, as long as I have my foot on the brake, Lord, this woman pushed the button and almost jumped out of her seat. She was like, oh my God, I ain't never heard tell of that. I ain't never heard tell of you can push like that. So then I turned the radio up and down via the steering wheel. Well, how are you doing that? Why is it going up? Why is it going down? Why is it changing the music? What's happening, right? And I was telling her, well, I can do it via the steering wheel. And she said, well, how can you turn up the volume on the steering wheel? Like I ain't never heard tell of that. I mean, this car, is the car even on? Because I can't hear it. You know what I mean? She was just going through, and it was a moment for me and her because I really didn't realize or understand in that moment that she was wild. She did not get it. She did not understand that this car, this vehicle could start by pushing a button. She did not understand that when we took off, because when we took off, she said, well, I'm going to lock the door. I said, you don't have to, Grandma. When I put the car in drive and started moving, the doors clanked, they locked. And she was like, it was a whole thing for her. And when I tell you, she talked about that for like 5 days. And sometimes, you don't really think about things like that. But I remember how excited she was for the fact that this car was futuristic. Her being born in the 30s, she never would have known or never would have had. You know what I mean? And so sometimes you think to yourself, like, what is really going on? Like, what is really happening? And in those moments like that, you get a blessing. You get a blessing. And that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to take a moment and live in those moments that you have. Live in those memories that you have. Think about what this means to somebody else. To me, a push button car was nothing, but to her, it was everything. To me, the door is locking when I start rolling. That's what it's supposed to do. But to her, whoa, what? You know what I mean? To me, me getting ready to get out the car and the car not locking because the keys are still in it. You know what I mean? Or me getting out and the car is locking while she's still in the car, but the car is running and she's just like, what is happening? Like, it was just that day she just was blown away. And that was one of her better trips to the doctor that she had ever. She got inside to the doctor and was talking to the nurse and telling the nurse, did you know that you could push a button and the car would start? And I know the nurse probably was like, yeah, that's normal. You know what I mean? And I was so glad that I was able to give her a lot of firsts and a lot of things, right? We would travel here. We would go places. We would do things. I would buy her stuff and let her try stuff. It was one of those things to where you have to know that life should be lived. And even at the age of 84, even at the age of 80, even then, because she worked up until she was 70 or 72, I think. And I always wanted her not to work. So, of course, I would do whatever I could to make it a little easier for her. But I did not understand until she passed how she was still living on even in death. Even in death, because she was in our memories. She was in our hearts. She was in our souls. And so I just want you to take a moment today, tomorrow, next week, and just think about the blessings that you have and to make the most of them and to make sure that you are good. And to make sure that you are good. Ladies and gentlemen, I told my grandmother before she passed that I would do whatever I could to make sure that she had everything that she needed, and more, you know. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow because sometimes you're not able to give them all of that, right? But you're able to give them some of that, right? And you can make it as special as you want it. Like I used to fix these Dr. Pepper floats, right? Or Pepsi floats. And I would always say, hey, Grandma, do you want Pepsi? I said, you want 2 scoops of one. She loved vanilla ice cream, right? Homemade vanilla. She loved homemade vanilla ice cream. So I would do that and put her a little something in a cup, and she would just go at it. And that was her thing. That was her thing, when she could get some sweets and stuff like that. And so she told me one time, I'm sorry. And I said, no, Grandma, you're okay. I get it. You're older. You didn't live your life. You didn't live 84 years. 84. You know what I mean? So I said all that to say this. There is life and death. And I'm thankful that I get to relive the life that she had through the memories that I have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look. So I think what we're going to do is, before I get into our next segment, I think we're going to take a commercial break. If that's what we can do. We're going to take a commercial break. Y'all know we got to pay the bills. Y'all know we got to do what we do. Y'all go ahead and refresh your drink. And y'all come back. Kwame, roll that beautiful bean footage. Hey everybody, welcome back. I know we needed that commercial break. I had got a little heavy. Get so heavy on me. Yes. Come on, dream girls. Yes. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to thank you all. So we're gonna go right on into our next segment, and it's called You Better. You better. You better. Look, ladies and gentlemen, y'all probably be thinking like Titan, and Titan probably saying, you know what I mean? Like, where you be coming up with this stuff? Let me tell you, you better know that you get a blessing every day. You wake up, blessing. You can talk, blessing. You can see, blessing. You wake up next to somebody, blessing. You have children that you can see and hold and love, blessing. You have loved ones that you haven't seen in forever. You're able to talk with them and be around them, blessing. You're able to do all of that. Know that you get a blessing every day. And as I stated before we went to commercial break, I got a blessing with my grandmother, but I don't want y'all to think that you don't ever get a blessing with anybody that you're around. You make that a blessing. It's a blessing for me to be able to get up and me to be able to see. Now, I may not get up as chipper as I used to. I may not get up as fast as I used to, but I'm able to get up and go, and that's my blessing. That's my blessing. I was able to speak with my grandmother, interact with her, play around with her and joke with her and things like that and all of that and until she wasn't able to do it anymore in that fashion. But I still got a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when you wake up, you say to yourself that, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this hurts. You know, sometimes you got to sit on the side of the bed for a little bit till your body warms up so everything don't snap, crackle, and pop. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But it's still a blessing. I'm able to see another day. I'm able to go outside, even though it's hot. As 4 firecrackers on the 4th of July outside, even though it's hot, I'm still able to go out and feel the sun on my skin, only for about 2.2 seconds, because they probably peel off if I said that too long. But anyways, I'm able to do that. And sometimes we don't look at it like that. This is expected. I'm expected to wake up and go to my job and do what I need to do and do all these kind of things. I'm expected to do that. But have you ever thought about what a blessing it is to be able to get up and do no matter how hard it is? Because some people can't walk, some people can't see, some people can't talk. And I'm able to do all three of those things. And I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody else because I can do those things. I'm saying I get a blessing every day, right? Peace of mind on Monday. Tuesday, joy divine. I'm happy. Wednesday, here's every word I say. Y'all can hear me. Y'all listening to me. You can hear the words. Thursday will always make a way. I'm able to make a way. Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I get a blessing. And I think sometimes we don't understand that the blessing sometimes can just be understanding. The blessing sometimes can just be talking to someone. The blessing sometimes can just be going and sitting at the park and looking at nature in its rawest form. The blessing. Y'all with me? And I know y'all probably say, okay, Ty, you coming, you over here preaching and pastoring because your grandmother didn't pass away. But the reality of it is that it is what it is. I believe that I was put on this earth for a reason. And I do believe that my reason is my spirit. Yes, and okay, Jatan, that part. I believe that my duty, my job, my purpose is for me to allow my spirit to be exactly what God made it to be. A blessing. A blessing to me, a blessing to whoever I'm able to touch or able to see or able to do. It's a blessing. And sometimes we take it for granted because, again, we're expected to get up every morning. We're expected to go here and do this. We're expected to do that. But the reality of it is, and I have adapted this phrase, in a moment of clarity, I don't feel that. I'm not feeling good today. In a moment of clarity, my feelings are, I'm a little disgusted. I'm hurt. I'm busted. I'm a little down. Right? And we have the right to be able to do that. But I want you to know that even in the rawest, ugliest, nastiest form of life, I'm still getting a blessing. I'm still getting that blessing. And I claim it. And I take it. And that's what it is. You can go day in and day out and pretend that life doesn't mean anything to you. But we know better. We know better. Live your life the way God intended for you to live your life. Now, I don't know exactly what that is for you, right? But I guarantee you there's a purpose. So I don't know what it is for you, but there's a purpose. So whatever that purpose is, you want to search that out, that purpose, and find that and make sure that you're doing exactly what you need to do for you. And everything else will fall into place. One of the elders, I said elderly, Lord, but one of the elders told me, Titan, you feed your spirit. You work on your spirit. You work on your purpose, and everything else is going to fall into place because your purpose is whatever your spirit puts out there into the universe, into the world. Your purpose is whatever that energy that you have when it touches somebody, when it's attached to somebody, that part. And I couldn't have told you none of that. This elder told me that, and I looked at her like, ma'am, get out my face. In a moment of clarity, that's what I said, because I was young then. I didn't understand. I mean, I was a teenager. So I was really young. But baby, you can't tell me nothing in this age I'm at now. What? And you ask my friends, ask my best friends, ask my gang, my village, my tribe, my peoples. Ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Oh yeah, here come Titan with that kumbaya. Here come Titan with that Iana fix my life. Because I believe everything has a purpose. And so I'm not going to act a fool and act crazy and do this and do that. That's not a part of me. That's not what I'm going to do. Right? But what I will do is allow my spirit to move in the way that my spirit is supposed to move. I will not restrict my spirit. I will not block my blessings. I will not put any parameters around what my spirit is doing because my spirit knows what the purpose is. I don't know what the purpose is. So I got to figure out what that purpose is. So when my spirit start to move, when my spirit start to shake, my spirit say, Titan, you better move. You better get to kick. You better kick rocks. I am kicking all the rocks and boulders and everything. Probably going to jack my feet up, but I'm doing it. Why? Because my spirit said so. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes my spirit would grasp me in the chest spiritually. Don't you say nothing, Titan. Don't you say a word. Listen. Listen for the keywords. Listen. Listen, Titan. And Titan is like, And then I listen and I'm like, oh, okay. That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to listen. That's what I was here for. That's when my spirit came in. That's what I was supposed to do. You feel me? That was my purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, you better know that you get a blessing every day. What you say, Barbara? You are a true blessing and encouragement to me. And I thank God for placing you in my life, and I'm stuck like Gorilla Glue. Now, wait a minute. Kwame, don't take it down yet. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know nothing about Gorilla Glue, you never had Gorilla Glue on anything before, that stuff sticks. When I tell you it's Gorilla Glue, like for real. And Barbara, I am more honored and blessed that you are stuck to me like Gorilla Glue. Yes, indeed. You better. You better. Thank you, Corvette. You better. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Look, you have a blessing every day. I think that you do yourself a disservice when you don't allow your spirit to do what your spirit was put on you to do. Now here's the thing. This body is just an encasing. Your spirit is alive and well. That gut feeling that you get, that's your spirit. Your spirit is saying, I'm here to protect you, but you got to let me do it. You got to let me guide you. God already gave me what I need to have in order to guide you in the right direction, but you got to let go and let God let me do what I need to do. I can't do it if you keep holding me back. And you keep taking me over here when I should be over there. You keep going up there when I should be down here. You keep messing around with the wrong people when I'm telling you that these people ain't no good for you. Now, how many of y'all out there, raise your hands, your spirit then said, leave them alone. And you still go ahead and mess with them anyways. And then you're sitting over there twiddling your thumbs because you're left out of everything and you're wondering, what did I just do? I didn't listen to my spirit. My spirit is a God-given gift, early warning system, healer, understanding, a confidant, companion. My spirit is that. My spirit, when I walk into places, my spirit be doing this. And that person. And I follow my spirit. And I'm going to tell you something that's really funny. I used to say that I didn't like that because I always thought that I was doing something other than what I should be doing. But in reality, I was doing exactly what God put in me to do. My spirit was moving the way it was supposed to move. Sometimes you got to step back. Okay, Jatan. Okay, child, if I only had listened. Let me tell you, it took a many of bruises and the bumps. Wait a minute. What old Teddy Pendergrass used to say? Took in the loss and the bruises and all the things of a two-time. I can't remember the words right now. But yes, I'm telling you, we don't listen because we can't see it. We're not tapped into that yet. And I want to say this to those that are listening. Sometimes because of trauma, because of pain, because of hurt, and because of things, betrayal, those things are diluted, so condensed, so thick that we can't see through them for what the real blessing is. You understand what I'm saying? Now, look, I ain't finna tell y'all any day. I believe in God. I believe in spirit. I believe that we are going to see our maker one day. We're going to have salvations. But let me tell you this, though. I still believe in checking you. We can give it all day long. We can praise God. We can preach the Bible. We can read the Bible. We can read scripture. We can do all of that. But you step on my foot the wrong way, and we're going to have a problem. You come at me the wrong way, and we're going to have a problem. Now, my spirit may stop me from going off, right? And tearing up everything. But do know that I'll check you. Somebody told me the other day, well, no, you God-fearing. You know, you are a church boy. You do this and do that. And I said, try me if you want to. I will be like a mother bear. I will be like a panther protecting the children. I will pounce on you. Like sometimes people would say stuff, about family members and things like that. And I'd be like, okay, that's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. And you said what you sometimes we see it and ignore it because we don't let other. Look, let me tell you something, Jatan. This is for more than just you, but I'm glad that you caught that in a sense of this was meant for you. Because like I said, I don't know who this is for, whoever this is right here. And Jatan, that may have been you, but I want to say something to that. I have been in predicaments and situations where I saw it and it was doing all this in my face, all of that. And I chose to ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew if I went down that road, I don't know how I was going to come back. My mama used to tell me all the time. She said, baby, I used to worry about you. And I said, why are you worried about me, mama? She said, because sometimes you would go down that road. And she said, I didn't know if you were going to come back. And so that's why there's a lot of things, right? And speaking to what Jatan stated, there's a lot of things that I don't do because I already know how far I can go. And I don't ever want to get lost in the sauce. You feel me? I don't ever want to get lost in the sauce because this whole Titan Capri experience may be a whole nother thing. Clank, clank, if I get lost in the sauce. Okay, Jatan? Here with me. Yeah, stay with me, baby, because that's what I'm talking about right there. Sometimes people don't get it. I'm very much in tune with my spirit, and I let things go because they will not be the greater good for me if I handle them the way that you want me to handle them. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you get a blessing every day. You better acknowledge that blessing every day. And the blessing just may be you living your life. That's the blessing. Peace and blessings. All right, y'all. In closing, let's go and close this out because I'm getting to talking, and this first day back has been a good one, and I really appreciate it. But I want to talk to you in my closing about live. Yes, come on. This is my final thought. This is my closing. Look, I'm saying closing, and it's my final thought. Yeah, it's my first day back. Y'all give me a little grace, okay? Live in life so that you can continue to live even in death. Live in life. Sometimes it only takes a moment to be a blessing. A moment. Sometimes all you got to do is listen. You better have to say nothing, but you just being in the presence of whatever this is will be the blessing. Sometimes you want to go and like I said, go to the park, right? And I know it's hot right now, but that doesn't mean you can't go to the park. Go to the park 5, 6 in the evening, 7 in the evening when it's cool. And just be quiet for a moment and listen. Most of the time, your blessings are right here. You are purpose adjacent. Most of the time, your blessing, your purpose is right here. But it's so noisy that you can't hear what that blessing and that purpose is trying to give you. You can't receive it because all of that noise is there. When people tell you to meditate, that's not you doing something that's trendy. That's you being one with your spirit and your soul and your God. That's you taking a moment to tune out all the noise so you can be one. Your antenna can go up and you can be one with your higher power, with your most omnipotent, with that in which you are in tuned to. Y'all get me? Y'all ever hear a radio? Then you find that station. Now that station might not be the one for you, but you got to tune that dial a little bit more to get to the station that's the one for you. That's what you do. People say, well, that's just a trend. You just meditating because everybody else is meditating. No, I'm not. That's my way. I speak to my higher power. I speak to my God. I speak to my spirit. That's how you do that. Y'all with me? Take a moment and live. Take a moment and live. And I want to say this before I get out of here tonight. I took a moment and took a cruise for the first time this year. I took a cruise. I've been on this earth for how long? I took a cruise. And if I tell you that cruise was not the best thing that could have ever happened to me, I had moments of clarity, moments where I was able to be one with myself, moments where I was able to see a sunset and a sunrise over the ocean. I had never seen that before. I mean, I saw it on National Geographic or whatever it is, but I had never seen that before. And that part was my blessing. And I would have blocked that blessing from seeing just that. And some of y'all are probably saying, Titan, it couldn't have been that great. It was spectacular. The sunrise looked like a sunset. It was just that beautiful. And y'all saw some of the pictures that I posted. And people were saying, oh, well, the sun was setting. No, that's the sun rising. It was the spookiest thing to me because I was like, wait, did I fall asleep and sleep 12 hours? Because like, what's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, travel, do, be, and live. Live in life so that you can continue to live even in death. That's it, babies. That's it, ladies. That's it, gentlemen. That's it, friends, family, gang, tribe, village. That's it. Live. Live. And to somebody else, what you're living, what you're doing may be small. But for your spirit, for you, for your life, for your purpose, is huge. It's huge. Y'all with me? Stay with me. And I'm going to bless you because you all have been a blessing to me. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is my first time back in a while, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And I just want to say thank you. And I want to let you know that your blessing is out there. Your blessing is waiting on you. You are purpose adjacent. Your purpose is right here. You just have to tune in to the channel that is on so that you can do what you need to do with it. That's what you need to do. That's what you should be. That's how you do it. I don't mean need. I mean, you know what I mean. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to raise my glass and say thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you all back here every Monday, 7 p.m. Y'all come and have an experience with me. Until next time, peace and blessings to you. I love you.